Hi, and thanks for joining me today. So, I have another set of Easter cards to share, and this set of cards just uses a bunch of stuff. So when I sat down to make Easter cards, basically what I did was kind of went through my collection and my stash, and actually, how I sort of organize my stash and in such a way that I can quickly see what all I have is I actually, every time I buy something, I actually save the product photos of that particular set, and then I have them organized on my phone. And I use Google Photos as a way to kind of create different albums and then store those photos that I download or the product images into different albums. So I've got an album for Easter, I've got an album for Critters, I've got an album for, sentiments and dies versus stamps. And then that way, when I sit down to do something like this, where I'm just making Easter cards and I have free reign to just use whatever is in my craft room, I can actually just go through those different photo albums. I check my, Easter photo album for all of my Easter supplies, obvious Easter supplies, and then I just go through other stuff to see what else I'd like to use. And so what I did was I just pulled out a lot of materials, die sets, stamp sets, and then just all of my scrap papers and stuff, just in an effort to just try to use things that I haven't used recently or at all in some cases, and then use up scraps and whatnot. So this first set of cards is just an attempt to kind of use up some of this blue scrap paper that I have left over from I don't know what project. And so I just kind of cut them into strips and then, configured the strips in different ways. And then my sister-in-law and mother-in-law gave me some really cute little embellishment pieces that they bought, and I have used hardly any of them, but and I think they got them maybe at Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure, but really cute, like very dimensional, and some of these are kind of almost decoupage where they have like different layers, and some are kind of puffy, and some are like, these are super cute. Yeah, I haven't used, scratched the surface on using these, but they're so cute that I picked a few out to use. So and these are really nice. They're kind of mounted on foam, and they're a really nice kind of chipboardy. So, and large enough to really kind of stand on its own as a central focal image. And then here I used another one and just die cut some the happy Easter. So the happy sentiment, that was die cut using Honeybee. So there's a stamp set. How do I tell? I guess it's just happiness. And then there's a coordinating die set that goes with it. And so you can die cut different variations of the word happy. So you can do happy, happiest, happily, happiness. So you can piece those die cuts together. So I thought that would make a nice subtle background, but a way to kind of get the sentiment on here with the cute little sticker image. And then here's another fun little sticker image that was really cute. And then this happy stamp and die is a Crafter's Companion set. I think they call it their cascading sentiment. So you stamp out the solid, and then there's a die that will cut that out. And then there's several different stamps to combine with that main word to complete your sentiment. But in this case, I used an Easter stamp that I have from a different set. I don't even know what set that's from. And then just put some little stickers as additional little accents. So super easy, fun cards. Another set of really fast and easy cards to put together. I have been really getting into just embossing my card fronts. And so it's gonna be hard to see these, but this is all three of these have embossed card fronts. So you can see that one, and then this one as well. So it just makes the card what otherwise would be like really, really simple, but it just gives it that extra little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. And so let me show you, let's see, this vintage lace one, that's this one here. And this middle one, I think, is this one, which is sort of a, I don't know the name of it, kind of a damask pattern. So that's that one. Really great embossing on that. Love that. And then this one is kind of their patchwork. Yeah, the way I cut the packaging, I lost the name on that. But then you get this sort of patchwork effect. A little bit more subtle, mainly because I don't think I had the plate combination quite dialed in for that one. But there are those three. And then for the focal image, I picked this set of Tonic Studios dies up when they had it on one of their Wednesday deal bundle offers. So I was definitely eyeing to pick these up, and when the bundle came out, I snagged it right away. And super cute, and these are a really nice size too, because these are 5x7 cards, and so they stand on their own quite well, and so easy to and fun to kind of do die cut inlaying if you're into that. You get the outline kind of shadow die to cut out the backing plate, and then I just die cut this twice, so once out of the darker purple and again out of white, and I inlaid the white back in, that way you can read the word smile. And then the banner die here is a Tonic Studios banner die, and the Happy Easter sentiment is an alphabet die set that is, let's see, it is not that one, it's this one. So it's one of the Tim Holtz alphabet die sets, and so really so easy to put these together. This one has a little bit more inlaying where I inlaid the letters back in, but then I went with a glitter paper for the flowers. So it's really close to the same color as the backing plate, but in terms of, pink on pink, but it's got that extra kind of sparkle to it. So subtle, but effective, because when you look at it, you can definitely see it. And then, so the flowers are a pink glitter, and then these stars are actually a white glitter. So there was that one. And then here I used the smile sentiment, and I inlaid the flower pieces back in, but then I also inlaid where the kind of just to make it a little bit more legible, a little bit more solid, the areas in between the letters, I actually inlaid the orange pieces back in, just so that the other elements kind of stand out more, and you get a more solid background behind the sentiment. So whereas these bits are, I guess, technically part of the flower, so that's why I didn't inlay them back in, but these are just, in between the letters, in between the flowers, and so I inlaid them with the orange just to make that a little bit more of a solid piece. So just like, different fun ways of doing die cut inlaying, but look, really simple cards, but a nice bold kind of central focal image and sentiment. And so they're really fast to put together, especially if you don't do the die cut inlaying. but because everything else is so fast to put together, it's I don't mind putting the extra little bit of time in the paper piecing, which is something I enjoy doing anyways. So that is one thing that is a little tedious, but I definitely take joy in that. So 3 really relatively fast and fun cards to put together. This one I thought was really fun too. So this is just using another embossing folder from Crafter's Companion. So in one of their many either Black Friday or their birthday or warehouse sale, I picked up this. Maybe it was part of a mystery bundle, but it's a 3D embossing folder called Rose Hip, and it's designed to be oriented this way, but that looks so strange to me, so I turned it around and made it so that it's going the other way, where your flower sweeps upward. And I just embossed, the card front directly. So if ever you want to do that, you've got your card blank. All you do is just, put your embossing folder, and I'll show you. So you can just sandwich your embossing folder right into just your card blank like this, and then just feed the whole thing through. But sandwich it so that the back of your card blank is just behind your embossing folder, so that it doesn't get embossed along with the front. So I did that embossing, and then I used the Crafter's Companion butterfly alphabet set, which is so pretty. So it's got for each letter, it's actually got 2 dies. So it has the shadow layer, so you can see that in the darker colored cardstock. And then it's got a separate die that will cut out the letter with the lifted butterfly wings. Although it doesn't have to be lifted if you want to glue it down completely, so that's always an option. But I put a little bit of 3D glue gel underneath the wings just to lift those wings up. And then separately you get stamp sets that you can stamp the butterfly wing details, and there's a lowercase and an uppercase version, and they both have a stamp set that go along with it. And I think there's actually 3 different butterfly wing designs. So here's one of them, and here's another, and this one's the third one. So I used each of the 3 designs twice in each of the letters. And then I originally had put Nuvo drops in 3 different colors. So one was a glitter drop. There was this blue one, which is a crystal dewdrop, jewel drop, I think. And then I had a third one, which I think was also a jewel drop, so a translucent one. And I didn't really like the pattern that I had, so what I ended up doing was just taking before it dried, I just took a water brush, and while it was still wet, I just brushed it out. So there's just actually really just translucent color, and then the glitter one you can see best because there's actual glitter suspended in the glitter drops. But the other 2, because they were jewel drops, they're translucent. So there's only a little bit of pigment that you can see once it's spread out, but you can still see that slight wash of color. And then I went around the edges with a distress ink just to kind of give it more of a mixed media look, and then I went back in with just the blue jewel drops instead of having all 3 different colors. So I think ultimately that kind of saved this card because it was just getting too busy with the 3 different colors. Oh, actually, I think one of them, I have it here. So let me show you. So this is like the perfect Easter set of drops. So one was this crystal drop, bubblegum blush, and then I had the glitter drop in red sunstone, which isn't that red. It's more of a pink. The pigment is pink. The glitter, I think, is a little bit more red, but not as red as I thought I was getting. And then this is a Jewel Drop in Iceberg Blue. So those were the various drops that I used on here. But I really love this alphabet die set. It's large too. Each of these letters is pretty big. This is a 5x7 card, so so your sentiment, your alphabet can really kind of be your focal image there. And then I've got this card, which is just a cute little card, and I hadn't used this in a long time, so I wanted to bring it out to use. This is a Sizzix die set from Stephanie Bernard, and it's one of her drop-in sets. So you've got the scalloped border card base, but then you can drop in different sentiments into the corner here. So I think this comes, you can do hello or cheers, and then there are other decorative sentiments and decorative elements. And so I used hello here, the Happy Easter sentiment. This is from the Tonic Studios Excellent Easter die set, which I have a video, separate video for, of the cards that I made using that. And then this little flower here is actually just like a leftover from a Crafter's Companion card making session. So I think I brought out the papers from that card kit, and whenever I have leftover die cuts that I've already prepared or little flowers that I've made, I just put it in the same packaging as the leftover pattern paper. And so I found that and just decided to use it. And what's nice about this Sizzix die set is that it actually cuts your entire card base for you. So it'll cut the card base with the scalloped edge, and then you get a separate die to cut your mats and layers from as well. So you get a die that cuts this decorative scalloped edge with the little holes punched out of it, and then a separate die to cut out this aperture window. So lots of really fun decorative elements out of that set. Really simple card. And then again, just using up some of that same paper, I decided to make this card, which doesn't have any die cut inlaying. Just what's nice is that you get 3 dies in each of these sets. So you get the one die that cuts the shadow layer out, so that's that teal background backing plate. One die that cuts the outer edge out, so using that alone, I cut the yellow. And then you get your Verso die that cuts the decorative design, so the sentiment with the design. So using both the Verso die and the outline die, I cut that out of white. And so really simple, no die cut inlaying, and you can still have like a really lovely sentiment piece. And then here, just using some of those drops again, I've just kind of spattered them in. They're even on this side, but they match this paper so well that you can hardly see them. Maybe just on second thought, maybe I should have used some of this blue. I don't know. But on the inside, then I have a little banner that reads Happy Easter. And these little bows are actually from the Excellent Easter. I die cut, wait, is it Excellent Easter? No, I think this is from a different set. This is from a different Easter set that I bought. I think it's just an Amazon set, as well as these cute little banner flags with the alphabet. So I found this on Amazon, and hopefully it's not a reinterpretation of a branded version, but I found it and I thought it was super cute, so I got that. And mainly I picked this one up because it came as a suggested product when I happened upon this set, which I wasn't even looking for, but I don't know what I was looking for, but this came up in the search results, and it's an alphabet set with button, like a button motif. So I'm really getting all into this whole button theme stuff. So ever since the Crafter's Companion button subscription box, I mean, I had a ton of fun, but I did have to go buy from Sunny Studio Stamps like a little stamp and die set of buttons. And then I saw this just happened to come across my Amazon search for something probably not even related, but I thought it was super cute, and I've never seen anything like it before, and I haven't even used it yet, but I thought it was really, really cute, and it came after I made all of these cards, or else I would have tried to use it, but, and the other subscription box from Crafter's Companion, the Everyday Cards one, which I also use to make Easter cards, and I'll link to that in the description box also, that had buttons in it as well. So I'm looking forward to diving back into both of those subscription boxes, but then using this alphabet die set to kind of really go all in on the button theme. So super cute. I'm really eager to use that. But I used these ones here for my Happy Easter banner, and this comes with the full alphabet, and then you get 2 blank banners. So these can be kind of your backing plate if you want a different color behind your letters, like I've done here. So this is actually 2 dies stacked on each other, or die cuts I should say. So the one die cut is just blank in yellow, and then the other one is the letter die cut in white. And so I've just draped that across both sides with some bows, so that this then becomes an Easter card. Otherwise it could be pretty generic with just the love sentiment on the front. So those are the rest of the Easter cards that I made. I think I'll have to do a final count to see if I have enough cards, but that may be it for me for Easter. So 3 different videos, one using the Tonic Studios Excellent Easter, I think it was their showcase die set, and a separate video using the Crafter's Companion Everyday Card subscription box, I think number 25, and then this one just using stuff around my craft room to create and go freeform and make good use of scraps and other things that I had lying about. So I hope that you've enjoyed all of these Easter cards, and if you did, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. And until my next video, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Thank you. Bye.